Okay. So we will have the um, user interface. So we can also call it as a UI, GUI, and GUI we can call it as a GUI as well. Okay, so user interface or a graphical interface. So we should not confuse like if some people use UI, some people use GUI, some people use the user interface, some people use graphical user interface. All meaning is same. Okay, and whatever the data we have in any application, that data will store into the database. Okay, so if I enter some details, if I, let's take Facebook as an example. So if I enter my username and password, what will happen? First, it will check whether my username is available in a Facebook database or not. If username is available, then it will verify whether the password is matching for corresponding username or not. Okay, if password is matching, it will display the home page. If password is not matching, it will display the some error message on a login page. Okay, so that thing will happen. So we can say from here to here, from maybe we might think like this thing will go from here like so we, some people may think like the data will directly go to the SQL and sorry, database, and it will check the username and password. That is correct only, but not directly it will go. Okay, there is a some medium, some interface between these two things, UI and database. That is the API. We can also call it as a application program interface. Okay, and so whenever I enter the username and password, so it will go to the request will go to the APIs. So we have multiple APIs for one application. We can have the multiple APIs for each functionality. We have the separate API. Okay, so let us assume there is a login API. The request will go to the login API. If my username and password is in an incorrect format, then immediately it will throw an error message. It will give the response like you are giving the invalid credentials. Okay, and if I give valid credentials, valid in the sense like format is correct, but that username password may not be available in a Facebook database. Okay, if I give my number, my mobile number like 83305108. So in this way, if we give, then what will happen? If I give you phone number and password, then it will go to the control. Will go to the, if I send a request to the API, then it will check whether that username is available in a database or not. So first it will send a request to the database. So it will verify whether my mobile number is available in a Facebook database. If that is available, then it will return yes. So if it is yes, then it will send one more request. If it is no, then it will send a error message to the user interface saying, so please enter a valid username. Like that it will send. Okay, if my username is correct and database replied with a given positive reply, then it will send one more request to the server, database server. Okay, and it will ask like whether that username and password are matching or not. If it is matching, then Yeah, if it is matching, it will give the response to the login API as yes. If it is yes, it will display the home page and a graphical user interface. If it is says no, then it will API will give some response like a please enter correct password. Okay, so like this the flow will be happen. So this application program is interface is a most important. So each functionality we can have the different APIs.